Yo, 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 what's good, man? Man, I ain't gonna lie, I'm hyped for this fight coming on this weekend between Manny Pacquiao and the guy who has his WBA Super Champion belt, Jordanis Ugas. And Manny Pacquiao says that he has a chip on his shoulder because this dude, Jordanis Ugas, had got his belt without fighting him. And before I get on that, Canelo and Plant, supposedly I seen a report from Mike Coppinger saying that they ready for November and they gonna do their thing. So shout out to Canelo getting the ball rolling. Now we gonna see other fights getting made. But I heard this Manny Pacquiao interviews ahead the fight, and I heard a lot of interesting things. You know what I'm saying? This is a real unfortunate situation for Errol Spence, man. Instead of a torn retina, I only seen Mike Coppinger, the only source I seen said that it was a detached retina. And Spence also got the WBC to confirm that the injury was real. He even got the reports on the doctors to say that it was real. What's going on, True? And it's just a fucked up situation. And then what I heard Manny Pacquiao say is that he's open to fighting Terrence Crawford. He's willing to finally get this man his opportunity he's been looking for about 7, 8 years now. Pacquiao, he says, depends on how he feels after this fight, win or lose. You know what I'm saying? I think if he loses, I don't think he'll come back. Even if he wins, it's not a definite that he'll come back. I think he like really has to look good against Jordanis Ugas to really want to come back. And the people on Fight Hype, man, for some reason they keep asking Manny Pacquiao to move down and wait to fight Josh Taylor for the undisputed for all five of the belts. I never even thought about that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's a good idea because Josh Taylor, he really got them hands. You know what I'm saying? And Manny Pacquiao is too old to be moving down in weight. And another reason why I don't think that's going to happen is because Manny Pacquiao, he doesn't like dealing with Bob Arum. That's part of the reason why Bud couldn't get the fight, you know what I'm saying, all these years. That's just one of the reasons. It wasn't like the entire reason why he couldn't get it, but Pacquiao, he don't like dealing with Bob Arum. That's why he left Top Rank in the first place. That's why everybody leaves Top Rank. I'm not sure. Maybe Bob will hook him up one time on the way out, knowing that he gonna retire, but he's never known to do anything like that. But Terrence Crawford, though, he got a tough fight against Sean Porter himself. But if the chips was to fall like that, I think Terrence Crawford will become the A side over Spence. Like, especially if he was to go in there and knock out Manny Pacquiao and real deal retire this man, he'll have two belts because look, Bud got the WBO, Pacquiao got the WBA, Spence got the other two belts. That'll be two belts to two. And then Terrence Crawford and Manny Pacquiao, that'll do hella good numbers on pay-per-view. And why I'm really thinking that Bud can make a move on this is because his contract runs out in October, man. He should not be with Top Rank after October. I even heard Bob Arum say himself in an interview that Bud should be a free agent. He should test out free agency. Bob talks so much shit about Bud. I don't see how you could sign back with this man. He say that he lost so much money on trying to promote Crawford, he can buy a house on the Beverly Hills. He always talking about how this man don't sell. I never like I heard him talk shit like sneak diss his fighters and shit before, but not like this. He just straight up trashing Bud like he'll never be anything. But he also admitted that he lost money with fucking around with Tyson Fury too. So everybody ain't perfect, but Errol Spence, dog. Like if this report is true, because his fans, we are assuming that this is a retinal tear, and he will be able to be back to fight the winner of Manny Pacquiao and Ugas. He's supposed to be back for that fight, but if he's not, and he got a detached retina, and I hear everybody talk about detached retinas, that's like 6 months to a year. Everybody bringing up the Sugar Ray example, the Abner Mares example. You know what I'm saying? If this is a detached retina, Spence might not be able to come back this year. And Manny Pacquiao will not be on the same timeline as Spence. But he will be on the same timeline as, well, now he's not even really on the same timeline as Bud, though. But he said that that's the name that he said. He said Spence or Crawford. So I think if Spence gets healthy, I think he'll get it over Crawford. But if he's not healthy, Bud gonna get that fight. And like I say, I feel like he might, creep up on Spence and steal the A side from him. You know what I'm saying? That's why I wanted to say every fight shouldn't be marinating. Every fight shouldn't be marinating. Like when Spence and Crawford were first getting hyped up, that was like, about 4 years ago when they had that little standoff when Bud was ran down on Spence, and Spence was talking about he gonna take the easy route and all that, fight Porter, and they gonna fight him for undisputed. They should have made that fight a little bit sooner. I think Bud kind of should have been fighting him when he fought Sean Porter. I don't know if it was Spence probably think he wasn't ready yet, but think about everything that happened to this man since then. He been in a hell of a car accident, and he got this retinal tear or detachment. Like, stuff is adding up. And I don't think you need to be all handicapped, especially trying to fight this dude here, man. That's just what I wanted to put out there. That's just my take on it. But I can't wait for this fight, though. Yordenis Ugas, Pacquiao this weekend.